So in one of the previous lectures, we learned which adapter methods to use in the reducer function in order to perform create, delete, and read operation. But we have not learned yet how we can perform update operation from the reducer function with the help of entity adapter. And that's what we are going to learn in this lecture. So here I am in the course reducer.ts file. And if you remember in one of the previous lectures, we used this addOne method of the entity adapter in order to add a new course to the course entity. We use this removeOne method in order to delete a course from the course entity. And we use this setAll method in order to replace all the entities from the collection. But in that lecture, we had commented this update reducer function. So if I uncomment this now, you will see that here we have some errors because on this course state, we do not have any courses property. So that's why we have the error. So I'm going to remove all this logic from here. So you see how much code we have written manually in order to update a course in the courses state. So now we are going to use the courses adapter in order to perform the same operation. And for that, again, first I'm going to use the return keyword. Here I'm going to use the course adapter, and on that I'm going to use the updateOne method. And using this updateOne method, I want to update one course in the course entity. Now to this updateOne method, we need to pass some parameters. So for now what I'll do is, here we are receiving the action payload. So whenever this update course success action will be dispatched, with that we are going to receive a payload. In that payload we have the updated course. So I can say action.course, and here we are going to pass the current state. Now here you will see that we have an error, and when I hover over this, it says that course is not assignable to parameter update of course. Now what do we mean by that? Let's try to understand that. So basically here we don't need to pass a course object. Instead we need to pass an object of type update of course. Let's go to the documentation. And here if I scroll down, somewhere we should have the documentation for updating an entity. Okay, here you can see we have the documentation for entity updates, and here you can read that there are few caveats to be aware of when updating entities using the entity adapter. And the first thing is the updateOne and updateMany method, they make use of update of T interface shown below, and this supports partial updates. So what we need to do is, in order to update a course, we need to create an update of course. That means when this update course success action is being dispatched, currently if I go to that action, here we have the update course success action. Currently, what type of data we are dispatching? We are dispatching an object of type course. Basically in this object, we have a property course of type course. But now we are going to change the type here. Here the type should be update, and to use this update we are also going to import it from NgRx Entity, and here it should be update of course, like this. Okay, now since we have made this change, we are dispatching this update course success action from within the effects. So here we have this update course effect. From here we dispatching this update course success action, and from there what we are dispatching, we are basically dispatching an object where we have a course property which we have assigned with a course object. But now here this data should be of type update of course. And if I go back, in the update of course we should have an object where we need an ID property with the course ID value, and we need a changes property which should store the data which should be changed in the course object. So for that, from within this map method, from within this map operator, from where we are dispatching this update course success action, here I'm going to create a variable. I'll call it as maybe updated course. You can name this variable anything, and here the type for this is going to be update of, and to use this update in this effect file, we need to import it from NgRx Entity, and the type here is going to be update of course. Okay, to this we are going to assign an object. In that object, you see here we have get an error and it says that this object is not assignable to type update of course. That's because here, first of all, we need to have an ID property, and the value for this ID we are going to get from action.course.id. So this ID should store the course ID which we want to update. And second, we need to have changes property. And for this changes property, what we are going to do is we are going to assign it with an object. And in that object, we will use action.course. And on this, I'm going to use spread operator like this. So basically, it is going to extract all the properties from the course object. And those properties will now become a property of this object, which we are assigning to this changes property. So this structure is similar to what is expected while updating a course. So for update of type T, we need to create it like this. Here, T is replaced with course. And now I can pass this updated course as the value for this course property. So this object we are dispatching with the action, and in that object we have this course property assigned with updated course, which is of type update of course. And now let's go back to our reducer, and now here you will see that we do not have any error, because now this course, it is of type update of course, and this is what is expected by this updateOne method in order to update an entity inside a collection. And with this, if I save the changes, let's also go to the terminal to check if we have any errors. So if I scroll to the bottom, we do not have any error and the compilation is successful. Let's go to our application, and there I want to test the update functionality. So first of all, let me log in a user. Let's specify the password for this user. All right, we have logged in a user. Let's go to courses, and here let's say I want to update this React course. So I'll click on this update button, and here I'll simply change the title, something like this, and I'll change the price to 39.99. Other things I'm not going to change, and I'll click on this update course button. So you can see that the title has changed, the price has changed, so the update functionality is working as expected. If I reload the page has been reloaded, and now the data has been read from backend. So in the backend also, the name has changed and the price has changed for this course. And if I want to delete a course, for example, let's say if I want to delete this JavaScript course, I can click on this delete button. If I click on OK, this course should be deleted. If I refresh the page, you see that course has not been read. And let's also create a course. So again, I'm going to create the same course. For that, let me open Notepad. So here I have opened Notepad. I want to create this Mastering Modern JavaScript course. So let me create that. I'll paste the title, I'll copy the description, and I'll paste it there. Let's say author is Jane Smith, price is 29.99. Let's browse an image. So I'm going to select this image and I'll create this course. So now that course is being created, and you can see that that course has been created now. So the create functionality is also working. Let me reload the page just to verify that in the database also that course is created. So now it is fetching the data from the database, and there also the course is created. That's why we can see it in the UI. So all the functionalities, the create, update, delete and read functionality, everything is working as expected. But now we are using the adapter methods in order to perform the CRUD operation. Okay, And this is what we use NgRx Entity for. So this is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.